Jason here with another quick disclaimer up top. This is episode 15, Scorcher, and it's been one that we've been sitting on for quite a while. As you'll hear in the episode itself, we actually originally recorded this on New Year's Day, 2015, so you can do the math there. Basically, the problem was that we had some technical difficulties with the audio recording itself, and we were able to mostly resolve them, but you'll still hear some crackles and a couple times where the recording seems to sort of skip. But you know what, just pretend it's like a fucking remix or something. It's also the first episode that has our podcast within a podcast, Kilmer Filmers, that absolutely no one demanded, but nevertheless, I think it's one of the most entertaining and funny episodes we've ever done. So without further ado, here's the Hauer Hour episode 15, Scorcher.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Hello, and welcome to the Hauer Hour, 60-odd minutes of conversation, observations, humor, otherwise, one entry, longest range on-screen career with Dr. Rutger Hauer. My name is Jason Baxter, seated beside me, best friend in the whole wide world, Mr. Mac Hamilton.
Here I am. It's been a while.
Mac,
glad to be back.
How are you doing?
Quite well. Thank you. Happy
Excellent.
Holidays.
Yes,
etc.
same to you as well. We're recording this on New Year's Day, January 2015. Let's hope it's a good one. We certainly got it started on an interesting note.
Yeah.
By watching a 2002 film called
Scorcher. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's currently available on Netflix. I don't know
Yeah.
by the time this is up if that will still
It's
be the
been
case.
there for
but
so long. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's worried about the rights.
Right, yeah, it's staying there. It's just cobwebbing.
It's part of the Turbulence 3 style Netflix.
Was that still on there?
collection. It is.
Oh, good.
Where else does it have to go?
I hope people are discovering Turbulence 3.
I'm not holding my breath, but I totally agree with you.
They absolutely should be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. But what do we have to say about Scorcher?
A fair amount. Should we just jump into the plot? Do we
I
want a
guess so.
synopsis?
Let's give it a shot.
I mean, the opening pretty much is a synopsis.
Yeah.
Things are heating up.
Yeah, okay, so the opening is great. Also,
Yeah.
by the way, Rutger Hauer is the and in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Always a delight.
Yeah, definitely.
By which I mean the opening credits, he's the and. Starring Mark Dacascos,
Yeah, correct.
who, what do you know him from?
He was in Brotherhood of the Wolf, but
Yeah.
you're saying he's
I know him mostly from Iron Chef America,
Right.
where he is pretending to be the nephew of the original chairman or something like that.
okay. I haven't watched much Iron Chef.
For all intents and purposes, he's the host. He's the guy who
Sure.
introduces the secret ingredient.
Good gig.
Yeah,
Seems like a real good gig.
yeah. But also a B-movie actor.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's done 2 movies with Hauer, this being the second.
Okay. Yeah.
Also stars Jonathan Rhys Davies,
Mhm.
here credited as John Rhys Davies,
Yeah, he's trying in a new look.
a.k.a. Gimli,
Mhm.
a.k.a. Sala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those are the only names in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we open in Antarctica. And Jonathan Rhys Davies and Rutger Hauer are climbing a cliff.
Yeah.
They peer over the top of it, and somehow Antarctica, which is ice, is on fire.
Yeah, after they're crawling through this ice field, there are like sheets of flame erupting
Yeah.
out of the ice shelf.
Yes. And Mac, would you like to explain why it's bizarre that Rutger Hauer was there?
He is the president of the United States of America.
What the fuck?
Going
even?
with like his, I don't know, advisor or freelance advisor, I guess. Is John Rice Davies? Because he's not really
He's
working
like
for
a
the government.
scientific
He's like a scientist
dude.
who's working in cahoots
Yeah.
with the government. But they're there with no
Cahoots.
one else.
Just the two of them, like a buddy voyage. And yeah.
And basically the scene is like, is this what you thought it'd be from Hauer? And he's like, no, much worse. So we know.
Yeah, I think I wrote that down in best lines. Although it doesn't really translate. What's like funny about it is John Rice Davies like point blank, like blasé, just like no. Yeah, where even was the Secret Service?
Yeah, how did they get there? We just see
Yes!
these gentlemen walking like on an ice shelf in the middle of a storm.
Yeah.
Apropos of nothing, so
then what? We got to China. Oh, we have an amazing
hilarious credit sequence.
which is like shots of like flaming wicks and then like somebody's sweaty like abs.
I think that I don't know that maybe it was supposed to be molten lava, like, but it looks just like a sweaty, like.
No,
all
those
it's-
were definitely
it's sweaty
sweaty abs.
flesh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Plus, also like news footage stuff of like.
Oh, sure.
like,
Global
temperature
warming.
heating up.
Scientists. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also like it spelled the title in flames, and
Yes.
then like actually the title came up in like a real font.
Exactly.
So just on top of itself, like really like this is called Scorcher.
From there we meet.
We go to China.
Yeah.
Mark Dacascos is in a helicopter.
Correct. He's in a whirlybird.
He's in a whirlybird, just whirling around. And like, even though it doesn't look like it from the stock footage of the island that they used, there's a volcanic eruption happening. And we meet there's a lady scientist inside that is very concerned about sending some data related to numbers.
Correct.
And literally, there's a lava flow happening outside of the cabin she's in. Like, right outside.
The effect is delightful because it's obviously just like some dude had to like hastily throw together like, you know, a cabin model with molten lava coming down right beside it. It is.
And somehow she is like still inside and hasn't left.
Yeah, it's like the place is practically falling apart and she's being really obstinate about like, I'll leave when I say I want to leave. But we get to an incident, I think it's supposed to be like an aggressive meet cute between
It's the fucking worst.
It's really
Mark
off-putting.
Dacascos shows up and he's like, hey, I'm the military dude to evacuate you. But they're like so flirty and like stupid.
there's no sense of just how drastic the situation is.
Yeah, you're about to burn alive.
Yeah.
But they're both taking their time to be like all 13 steps about shit and just like, I fucking hate you. Wah, wah, wah. It is terrible.
Yeah. And then I think that the cabin starts falling apart even more rapidly.
Yes.
So then they finally actually get out of there.
They get out of there.
And they start taking off in a pickup truck. The argument continues.
Yes, it does.
And then as they're driving away, she tries to get out of the cab in a very like, no,
To
I'll
save
go.
some people.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
You're my mission.
Yeah. And then he fucking punches her in the face.
Yeah.
And knocks her out.
That is correct.
So that is a thing that happened. Where does the story pick up from there?
I think that's when we see the teenagers.
Yes.
One thing to note, not that these will potentially be connected, was that in the helicopter scene,
Oh, right.
we learn that Dacascos...
He's looking at
He's looking at a
picture of a lady.
And he's, like, about to retire. And he's with a...
He's about to retire, too.
That's the thing. It's like, the pilot's like, I
man.
never thought you'd want to get out of life, bro.
Really laying the cliches on.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I won't ruin that best line, but basically it sets up that he's almost out.
Right,
But
and we
then
had
this
assumed
crisis
maybe this
occurs.
is his lady on the side, or like his wife
The
lady on the
picture-
side.
yeah.
But like he's immediately hitting on this scientist lady.
Yeah, it's hard to discern if it's a daughter or girlfriend. It's also
it's
hard
in
to
that
discern what
uncomfortable
his
zone.
age is.
Yes.
So it's one of many points of ambiguity in this film. That
Oh, we'll get to it,
Yeah.
and it is interesting.
It's the real Scorcher.
Yeah, that's what really scorched me while watching it.
So we are in the Los Angeles subway system.
True dat.
3 teenagers are debating getting on.
They're
getting
like
on-
playing hooky, and
Yeah.
they're like gonna do something fun.
But they're at the train terminal, so like I was assuming like, oh, they're gonna go to a party or
go do drugs.
I thought there was
or
gonna be, like, a
like
big
hop on the
earthquake.
rail or whatever. Not what they do at all, by the way.
no, they just like go down into the subway system.
Yeah, they find like a secret passageway into some crazy cavernous industrial space that definitely doesn't exist in any subway system on Earth.
After like a lot of hand wringing
Yeah.
and like, is that when we? Oh, and then once they're in the subway, we get introduced to this
Pit?
the pit, but the cell phone that.
Oh God!
the
What did she
dog
say?
character-
Like a wireless cellular device? It's
Yeah.
so weird.
It's like a wireless messaging service. or
Yes, I'm
something.
like, they called them cell phones in 2002.
Exactly.
Pretty sure.
So we get that irritating bit of exposition, and then finally the sort of idiotic white dude leader of like the pack is like, oh, this tunnel goes down 500 feet.
Yeah, there's like a weird hole in the ground that's like really deep. And
It's like a vent.
Supposedly
It's like a
that's
massive
cool to
vent.
like 17-year-olds. They're like, whoa, tight. It's like so deep.
Did you guys
Right.
see the vent last weekend, bro?
Dude, I did.
you
It was
go to that-
fucking deep.
Were you at that vent, Spody, last week?
Dude, the vent was deep.
I totally hurled into that vent, man.
Yeah, I did. Dude, I peed down it. Took me a minute to hear it land. So whatever, they're like so fucking wet about this vent.
They go back out.
Yeah.
And then the main girl with the wireless messaging service device
Yes, yeah.
bumps into her aunt, who is none too thrilled to see her there.
No, she isn't not.
And then from that point,
I think we find out that Howard's the president shortly afterward, right?
that we discovered that in the next scene, because that's
Yeah.
when Dacascos and the scientist that he rescued are
Mm-hmm.
meeting with Hauer,
That's right.
who is, yes, announced to be the president of the United States
Of America.
of America.
God
Thank
bless.
you for
I am
clarifying.
wearing my USA hat.
You are. You're wearing, for posterity, a USA cap and a Enjoy Coca-Cola sweatshirt.
Yep.
You are like the worst brand
I'm
ambassador for
brand
America
awareness
right now.
Baxter right now, yeah. Happy New Year's. So, yeah, right. Okay, and Jonathan Rhys Davies is in the mix now, too, right?
He's there.
He's giving a presentation.
Yeah, and then we also meet, that's when we meet like the agent for,
That guy, whatever his name was.
I don't even know how to describe
Dillhole
him.
McGee. I don't know.
He's like a
you
secret
can just
agent-y type who's like there.
you
as
can
part
tell
of the
something's
package.
up.
Yeah, he's just the asshole. Who's
He
part of
looks
the
like a
expedition.
dill hole and he has like a smoky voice. So.
And I'm sorry, I don't have my cell phone. Can't double check the guy's name, but he is one of the huge rigger gunners in Aliens. He's the one who gets like his face burned off in Aliens.
Would you like me to look it up?
I would, because I want to know his
Okay,
name.
fill the air while I IMDb this.
Basically, his whole setup, like he's antagonistic with Mark Dacascos or whatever from the get-go.
Oh, yeah. They're like fucking hate each other out of nowhere.
I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to be that like intergovernmental like fuck you thing.
My jurisdiction
Yeah.
bullshit.
So all these different people are getting together, and essentially it just turns into Jonathan Rhys Davies explaining the situation with why everything is heating up.
Yes. And it's not global warming.
Which I was like kind of hoping this movie was going to be like an action global warming movie. Like I thought that's what it was
not
going for.
like
It's
what
not.
there was an inciting incident. I can't remember what it was, but like something caused global warming to accelerate in a
Well,
way that is scientifically impossible. Where fucking
like-
Antarctica's on fire.
Yeah, it's increasing the greenhouse effect somehow. Like, isn't it like the shifting of the tectonic plates or something? It's definitely not. It's not man's bad. It's all because like they make a really elaborate point of saying like Mother Earth is pissed off. Like that's
Oh
like
yeah,
the
that's
whole
in best
thing.
lines. What do you think this character's name was?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm not. Let it go. Code never bothered me anyway. Okay, so. Wait, I mean, in this movie. Yeah. Okay, so. Everything's fucked. And Howard's like, okay, that's a bummer.
Yeah, Jonathan Rhys Davies gives like the worst PowerPoint presentation
exactly.
with like clearly just a flat screen television that he's pretending has a touch screen.
Yep. It's 2002, y'all.
It's really delightful because you just know there was like an intern to the side like clicking on a button to make it look like he had activated something.
Totally. He's like, bring me up the Pacific. And so the kicker is the best. This is the plot of the film. The only way to save the entire world from a hellscape fire apocalypse is to bury and detonate a nuke in Los Angeles. We both had a good laugh about that. So they have 3 days to evacuate a city of 8 million people and then drop a bomb on it in order to prevent...
A bomb is such an understatement, though.
They keep saying it's
pains.
like here, it's the biggest thing since Hiroshima.
Yes.
I mean, they're nuking LA.
It's gone.
Spoiler alert, movie ends with a triumphant nuking of like the second most important city in the entire country.
Yes, which we will elaborate on, because there's context that makes that even more bizarre and hilarious.
Yes.
But,
okay, so what
John
happens
Rhys
next?
Davies is like, we have to do this. And
Howard's
then-
like, tight.
yeah, there is very little hand-wringing about the idea of blowing up.
Not that I wanted this movie to be longer, but I feel like
God,
it
no.
did deserve a scene of like, should we nuke LA?
Well, the problem is that, like, that's such a gigantic decision, and then, like, political implications of it are so staggering that, like, it's hard.
But the movie's just like, yep.
Yeah, and they also,
No
like,
doubt in my
glibly
mind.
refer to, like, yeah, I met with other world leaders, we totally Skyped about this, and, like, we determined this was the only course of action.
Yeah.
Like, they pretty much only talked to John Rhys Davies, listen to his PowerPoint presentation, which they belittle endlessly. There's a lot of, like, boilerplate, like, can we have this in English, Doc?
Yes, there's a ton of that. Howard's like, what? Science speak?
Who do you think I am? The President of the United States?
Like I should know something about this shit. Okay.
So from that point, it's basically Mark
Mark
Dacascos
Dacascos, he's the
assembling
head of the
his
Mish.
team.
Oh yeah, he's like, let me put together my dream team.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of guys that we never really get to know that well.
No, they all just have last name names.
Yeah, they do. And they all board like a cool jet together.
It's weird though, because some of them are just very 40s to 50s, like kind of older guys. Like nothing. Like I don't know what brand.
It's not
of
your
commando.
Zero Dark 30 SEAL Team 6. It's like your Expendables 2.
It's like these were the people who agreed to show up for like the pay scale.
Yeah, and they look kind of tough.
It really varies because one of the team is
that guy,
dude.
We'll get to that guy.
He's already showed up. He was. Okay.
Well, yeah, but we'll get to why he's why he's up note.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? They get on a plane. They fly to LA. The teenage girl. We discussed the teenagers earlier. It's at this point or around this point that we realize that girl is in fact Mark Dacascos' daughter. And their mother is dead.
Yep. We don't discover that yet. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but you can kind of assume, right?
You absolutely should.
Also, the aunt looks nothing like her, so...
That's true.
And
they were going for realism more than anything else in this film.
Oh, this is a really grounded film. Like, really. Maybe the most realistic film I saw in 2015. Okay, so... right, and they're evacuating, and then weirdly...
Well, before, like, Dacascos is like, well, I have to get my daughter out, so, like...
Out of LA.
Like, I can't do this, like, I need to go get her, and they're like, fuck you, like, you're the only man for the job, basically. So he relents, and they say, oh, we're gonna send in some, like, LA SWAT team dudes to, like, extract
Yeah, and,
them.
like, SWAT team guys, like, kick down the door, and they're like, come with us!
And they're wearing, like, the big vests and, like,
It's
all
terrifying!
That shit. Yes, absolutely.
This is not how you extract someone.
No, not at all.
But they do get out, and then are, like, promptly stuck in traffic. I mean,
Yes.
LA, right?
Yeah. And then the aunt is being really rude about it, which is bizarre.
So weird.
Because she was, like, doing the exact same thing, just like, okay, pack your shit, we're fucking out of here.
Yeah, but then
And
as soon as she's in the car, she's like, when are we getting out of here?
Yeah,
Can
she's
I
like-
smoke in here?
She doesn't ask. She just lights a cigarette, and the guy's like, don't smoke in my squad car, which is total. It's 2002.
Is that like a weird foreshadowing thing?
Dude, probably.
Later on in the movie, there's like a cut from like a explosion of fire to like a cigar being lit. So maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that the agenda of this film?
I think it's just anytime you can use flame.
Yeah. That's the exact amount of thought that was put into this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the global warming bullshit, whatever, like fills that tunnel with fire that they're in.
Mm-hmm. Out of nowhere. They get
out of nowhere.
They get out of the
I don't
back
even
seat.
know where the fire comes from.
No, it's just like a huge like flash fire.
Yeah.
Oh god, I have so many problems. Like, I just want to rewrite this movie. Like, in my head, we're just like, there's so many simple ways that it would be like,
Don't.
why do I care?
Don't even.
Okay, so this is happening. They get out of the back seat. The aunt, in a moment of, I don't know, weird brilliance.
Bravery? Yeah, she puts the daughter in the trunk,
Which-
closes the trunk, and then is immediately burned alive.
Consumed by flame.
Yeah. And we never see the daughter get out of the trunk.
Not true, she does. That is a thing that happened. You might have been peeing.
I might have been peeing.
It's a scorched trunk.
that
That did not explode in, like, you know, the hell's fire. That
Somehow
erupted.
the car didn't
Wouldn't that-
explode
like, I don't
in
understand.
a tunnel filled with fire.
I assumed that, like, that would inevitably reach the gas line.
Also, we're in a
every car.
movie, and cars explode for no reason in movies.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I mean, I'm conditioned to assume that cars would explode if they're engulfed in flame.
They also have, like, a bottle of oil inside them.
What?
Anyway. Cars run on olive oil. Did you not know that? It's just, you know, part of our Greek heritage. Okay, so she's in the trunk. Mark Dacascos and his, like, supposedly dope team are in a jet on their way to LA with they have 2 nukes for some reason? Was one a backup nuke?
This wasn't a best lines thing, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. He has this really glib back and forth with the douchey agent guy, where he's like, one time I lit a firecracker and it didn't go off.
Yeah, right.
Which is his rationale for bringing 2 nuclear warheads with them, which...
Like, homeboy, this is a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
It's not a
It's
fucking
going through-
firecracker.
Yeah, it's
okay?
going through a little more quality control.
You're about to destroy an American city.
I mean, this may or may not, come in handy later. Who knows?
Whoa, we shall see.
So they land and then promptly get into, like, they load up their shit and get on a truck, basically, right?
Yeah. They're like driving a nuke around in like a Humvee.
Sorry.
2 nukes.
2 nukes.
Yeah. Okay, shit. Okay, so the daughter escapes the trunk.
The daughter escapes the trunk roughly concurrently with that happening while they're, like, en route to their target area where they need to drill down and put the nuke, because the nuke has to be, like, hundreds of feet below ground to be
for some reason
to affect the tectonic plates.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Because basically they're trying to
that quote unquote makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And like I feel like in this period of time Mark Dacascos is like periodically trying to like call his daughter.
He is. It's like this it's like he's
but
trying
like
to reach
really
out.
He does not seem that concerned.
It's like the level of irritation of like, she's not calling me on her fucking curfew or something, you know?
Right.
It's like that level of like, okay, she's gonna like get
and they've set it up that
trouble.
he's like a deadbeat dad, right?
Yeah.
But really he should be like
Freaking
the fuck out. Thank
Yeah.
you. But he's like just like, yeah, well, missed her again.
It's
I
like-
guess she's out of reception.
Yeah.
And it's like and also simultaneously hitting on this like scientist lady. It's disgusting.
He's
Maybe
putting
he's a psychopath.
Perhaps. I mean, he certainly doesn't give a flying fuck about his daughter for the most part.
I agree.
So they, the military team is en
Yes.
route to their target.
Yes.
And then they are ambushed.
Yeah, by people shooting machine guns at them. Okay, so
Yes.
is that the same people that did they even resolve that?
Dude, no, they did not.
Okay.
I think that was.
That's what I thought.
I mean, I'm assuming we're supposed to go like looters.
Okay,
Right?
let's take a step back
Yeah.
to discuss the drive to where they get shot at. because this is where we get a little bit of info on part of his team.
Absolutely.
By a guy being like, "Oh, you have a daughter? I got like 6 kids," and like pulls out all like wallet like flap of like photos.
It's
and
like
stuff.
the cover of the VHS of Fletch, where he has all the different IDs, but it's a bunch of precocious children. And you're like,
and both of us were just like, "You're gonna fucking
you
die."
called it like instantly, and I was thinking it was like you were clearly the first
You're
one to die.
going to die
Yes.
really soon. And yes, Homebody gets shot in the chest.
Like within like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
120
exactly.
seconds passes, and this
Like,
man
if you're gonna tell me you have a bunch of like adorable children, and you're on like some like crazy government kill squad, yeah, you're gonna die like right away. And he did. Okay,
Yeah.
so the people that shot them, were they associated with crazy
We don't get
Burn Man?
who? He'll come back.
Well, he comes in like right about here, more
because
or less,
I think
right?
it pretty much is like cross-cutting with. All right.
Okay.
The girl escapes from the trunk and is promptly kidnapped by someone.
Yes.
He is a guy with a bunch of burns and is essentially like
He's got a fucked up
psychotic-
burn face.
and hands like he's covered in bandages. His face and his hair is all gone.
We never got a motivation for him.
He's like, I think you're supposed to see him as like a religious fanatic type, where it's like, this is the rapture, like we're meant to go.
Yeah.
And he wants to burn people as like a sacrifice thing to. His
I mean,
version
credit
of
to
God.
you for inferring that. The movie does not tell us that.
I think it's
It gives
like,
us hints, but it also
I'm taking
is-
the hints off like poor screenwriting and assuming that that is what that is supposed to be.
That's for sure what that's supposed to be. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But no,
Okay.
we don't get any of that. But it's like,
No.
it's the shorthand is there.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the guys who attack our crack squad of commandos are the same dudes. I think they're just like looters. What was the name?
That's
of
what you think? Or are they working for the president? Oh wait, no, that's not a thing yet.
No, they're not.
Spoiler alert, there's a weird twist coming up that doesn't even make sense.
That's true. So the firefight erupts on top of what is the name of the store?
Oh yeah, it's like vintage leather or something.
No, it's like Leather Street or something. Like,
It's
like
something so
Leather
much better.
Avenue.
I think it is Leather Avenue. Is that a real store in
Leather
LA?
Boulevard.
Does that still exist?
Fuck, I don't know.
I'm gonna try and find it next
But
time I'm down there.
the family man, our favorite member of the squad, promptly shot in the heart, dies instantly.
of course.
He's gone. He's down.
Marky D is still around.
Yeah.
Duh.
He
Lives to fuck another day, son of a bitch.
They all mourn the loss of their beloved
They,
brother.
they do. This guy we like really met like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Correct.
This movie pauses to commemorate
Yep.
his life. They just get back in the Jeep, I guess, right?
I think so. Oh no, wait, they're not mobile for a minute, aren't they?
Yeah, something changes.
What the, does the, like their car get shot or something?
I don't know, but they still have the 2 nukes.
Yeah, how do they get the nukes around?
I don't know.
was
I mean,
so-
we'll get to how they get them around.
Yeah.
Which was
Amazing.
amazing. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. The teenage daughter is like strung up. She's like her arms are tied. She's like hanging in this. It's an electronics store,
It's
right?
very much an electronics store.
And this creepy fundamentalist dude with like fucking terrible burn scars, and I will say, maybe one of the best actors in this movie.
He is a lot more committed. Like, I think he thinks this is his ticket because the motherfucker shows up.
He does. Him and I think Jonathan Rhys Davies both.
I don't know if that's true or just that he's so thunderous that like it seems like he's showing up because he's.
Oh, you
just
think he might be
screaming at people.
coasting, and that's just like his deal?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
you're
has
probably right, actually.
a flavor of coasting that looks like acting.
You're probably right about that.
When you're like year one is bombast. Like it's
Does
like
Hauer have the same thing?
No, Hauer doesn't because Hauer is often, if not frequently or mostly, understated. Like
That's
he's
a good
not like a
point.
screamer.
No, yeah,
He's
you're
a
right.
He's more of a simmer guy.
He is a simmerer.
He's a slow cooking.
How
kind
do you
of
feel
actor.
about Hauer in this movie?
I feel like he is coasting. I don't
Yeah.
think he's bad.
Yeah.
But the role.
No,
does not,
he's not actively bad, but he's like kind of only okay.
All he needs to do is like fill out a suit.
Yep.
And like
And he
be able to
certainly
read
does
lines
that.
like believably. Like he just doesn't have like a chewy role. Like John Rhys Davies has like a chewier.
He has a
role.
lot going on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should discuss that in a moment. Also, I do want to mention that this movie has like hilarious montages.
So many of them.
Like, it compresses time in these amazing montages that are full of shots that actually don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like people pointing at maps and just like people looking concerned.
And like John Rice Davies, like with a furrowed brow, staring at a laptop and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like some of the worst montage editing I've ever seen.
Absolutely. Because like it advances the story, not at all.
Not at all. It's everything we already knew.
It's like you can absolutely extract those sequences to tighten this film by about 4 minutes right there.
Right,
You
but I'm sure the
shave
editor
it.
was like, yeah, this is how we really compress the story down to like 98 minutes. Or whatever hellish amount of time this movie lasted. Okay, so, right. Should we get into the Jonathan Rice Davies thing? Let's just talk about it now.
I think so. I think it's a good idea. It's thematically important.
It is. Yeah, it's like kind of the like big thing of the movie. And okay, so here's the deal. The scientist lady from the beginning of the film has a thing with Jonathan Rice Davies. And for, I want to say, half the running time of this movie, we were convinced that they were ex-lovers.
Good 50 minutes into it before there was a clarifying point. But the sheer level of ambiguity in
Was
every exchange
uncomfortable.
'cause it's
even
it's,
after the reveal.
it's more uncomfortable because we had it in our head.
Yeah.
But it is so suggestive and it's
So weird. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
he's her father.
he's her father,
But
It's-
honestly, it seems like they were fucking.
it does, because it's just like she's so put out in this, like, she's looking at him in this sexual way.
It's like, yeah, like he hit it and quit it.
Exactly.
And like,
It's like, I haven't seen you in 5 years.
yeah.
Not in like a fuck you dad way. Like there's
No.
none of that.
No, it's really weird.
It is so gross.
And like in my soul, I was like, I don't want these two people to have had sex.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to believe that idea.
yeah,
But this movie is like convincing me that that's a thing.
yeah.
And now you're telling me that
Their
he's your dad.
performances are telling me one thing.
Oh,
The
I
script
know.
tells me another.
I know. Oh God.
I fucking hate all the implications.
So that was uncomfortable and interesting.
Oh, terrible. But one of the most interesting parts of this movie.
Right, and it's supposed to be like a parallel to Mark Dacascos, I guess, right? Like this whole idea of like deadbeat dads.
Yeah.
For some reason, your movie about like the world ending in fire
Also,
is
spoiler
about
alert,
deadbeat dads.
how gross is it that lady scientist ends up with the analog for her dad, who's the deadbeat dad?
Oh God, that is really weird.
Not to like junior psychologist that, but like
No,
sorry,
that's
it's
uncomfortable
fucking
and fucked up.
gross.
Yeah. Okay. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay, where did we leave off plot-wise?
We were talking about the religious fanatic guy who, side note, like we were discussing.
Yeah.
Credit to whoever this fucking actor is. Like, I hope you're still following your dream because you clearly like have some goods.
Yes,
But like,
agreed.
his voice. You alright?
Yeah, I'm okay.
His voice, which we both agreed, it sounds exactly like Patton Oswalt talking in a fat man's, like in a
Yeah.
particularly like slovenly fat man's voice
Yeah,
from a
it
stand-up
was
special.
an interesting choice.
It's uncanny though. Like that is instantly what came into my mind.
Yeah, that's exactly what he sounds like.
So this guy seems to be acting of his own volition, and he's burned other people. He like
he
shows
has
her,
burned corpses.
and he like puts
hanging in
gas
this used
underneath
electronics
her.
store.
Yeah, he's like spraying gas underneath her, but
And then just like walks away.
he
leaves her
basically
alone
goes
for
to
a while.
watch TV in like the manager's office.
Yeah, exactly. And then what? I mean, like an earthquake happens, and she's able to free herself because of the earthquake.
That's in a while. Mark Dacascos et al. Surviving Soldiers, which is everyone save for the
Yeah.
Family Man,
Of
which is my
course.
new nickname for him. They make it to the site.
Family Man. You know that song from Tango in the Night?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. They make it to their burial site,
Uh,
where they'll be burying the nuke. That makes it
Nuke
sound...
numero uno.
Well, they're planning... At this point, they're only planning to bury one nuke.
Right, yes.
Does that part of the plot get revealed earlier, where the girl's like, we should bury two? Does that happen? It doesn't, right?
Somewhere around here. I'm like kind of
I
like
think-
fuzzy on the third act.
It's because it's fucking
Stupid.
really bad. But we'll try to go in broad strokes.
Yeah.
So they get there, they promptly set up a drill bit which has a NASA.
Oh, and there's that one
insignia
guy
on
who's
it.
like, I'll lick that drill bit clean. What are you talking about?
Yeah, why is that going to help you bury the nuke? Whatever, not going to deal with
I
it.
feel like you're just kind of broadcasting something that maybe you wanted to express,
Yeah,
but is
and
not
that's
really
fine.
relevant to the situation.
Yeah.
But, I appreciate your
I
lifestyle.
respect your individuality,
Yeah.
and I hope you follow your heart, but
Yes.
we have to blow up Los Angeles in
Yes,
order to save
okay.
the world.
Yep. Thank you for sharing that.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, they do bury nuke number 1.
But it takes a while, and also John Rice Davies is micromanaging them. We also get
He also pukes at some point for some reason, because he's a nervous
exhaustion.
Nelly.
He pukes because he had to walk from the fucking Jeep to the drill site.
Right, he's like, I'm so out of shape.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys, I've been fat for like 35 years.
So, from that point, where are we at? What is going on in this movie?
I don't know. Okay, nuke number 1 gets taken care of.
But then we start
It should come
the
as no
girl-
surprise to our listeners that nuke number 2 comes into play.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, the girl scientist, who I don't even fucking care. I don't know her name because none of these people are real characters.
Oh, she's totally one-dimensional.
Yeah, everyone deserves to be called by the actors' names that I can
Yes.
even deign to remember to call.
Would you like me to look up her name?
No, I don't fucking care. Put your phone away.
Oh, too bad.
She is
Her
arguing.
name is Tamara Davies. Never heard of her.
Point being, she gets in a fight with John Rice Davies
Yes.
about basically like, okay, this isn't going to do the job, but if they plant the second nuke, then that is going to potentially like basically destroy every city on Earth.
Is that what it is?
Well, I think it's like he's arguing that she wants to blow it up on a lark, and she's saying that like the one won't do, and then the whole world will be destroyed anyways. I think, if I understand it correctly.
Okay. Right. And, yeah, let's get into the whole thing with the president.
Sure, take it away.
Which, like... Okay, so we mentioned the like, weird scumbag agent guy.
Yeah.
It's around this point in the narrative where we find out that he is...
He seems to be more in cahoots with the general.
There's a
He's-
general
he's-
and there's the president. And
he's
the general and the
liaising-
president are on the same wavelength.
I don't know if that's true because we don't.
It
get
is.
That, where do we get that from?
The general says so. Or this guy says so. I don't know.
Which I don't think is the same thing as the president necessarily.
Yeah, but
because
it's not
we-
like the general doesn't have a different agenda.
Yeah, but I don't understand anyone's fucking agenda.
Me neither.
We
Okay.
just don't see how Howard gets to celebrate and seem like a good guy. Though I guess the general does too. There's no like repercussions for the fact that he murders.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners.
Okay, so here's the deal. Regardless of whatever is going on with the president, aka Hauer, aka our boy, this agent guy is like dead set on this one agenda, which is don't set off the second nuke.
Yeah, he's a company man.
Yeah.
Like that's his mission, and he's
Yeah.
talking to the general.
Yes.
Who's telling him that that has to happen.
That the nuke can't go off.
Yeah, exactly. That,
But the
like,
scientists know better. They're like, this is what's good for the world, and he's like, no, I have a mission.
Yeah.
A mission he's willing to shoot people for.
I mean, that seems like his job.
Who does he shoot?
Okay, so here's the thing. He like pulls a gun on. Does he pull the gun on her, and then those guys subdue him? Because he gets subdued.
He definitely shoots Jonathan Rice Davies, and he
No,
shoots
but that no.
Mark
Hold,
Dacascos.
hold off.
Okay.
Because that's way later.
Oh, it's way later.
Well, that's the finale. He gets captured because he's trying to stop them from like setting a thing off.
Yes.
And then two of those guys, like John Rice Davies, doesn't he put a gun on him and then he,
He
gets
does.
captured?
Because he
gets
kills
captured.
some guys. He gets
That's what
captured
it-
and kills the guys
He
who
gets-
captured him.
That's what's confusing is that he gets captured and then we just cut to like those guys, like one of the guys being dead and him like standing up with a gun.
Yeah, we're
So
like,
it's like-
okay.
Yeah. So
A lot happens off screen in this movie.
Yeah, it's like they were like, fuck, we only bought 10 squibs for this entire production. Like,
Yeah.
we have some red paint that we'll put that on
We
your
are
forehead.
out of film.
Yeah, so basically he talks to the general and says, okay, I will make sure the second nuke,
Does not go off.
thank you,
Yes.
and then shoots two of those guys.
Yes.
Two of the dream team are down. Two
Yes.
more.
Yes.
And then he is off to stop them, but John Rice Davies intervenes.
Picks up like an AK.
Yeah, and he's like, put that down, put down your gun, and then the agent is saying, oh, like, this is my job, like, I have to do this, and Rice Davies is like, I was wrong, we have to stop, like, we have to plant the second nuke or else this won't work, give me your phone.
Yes.
It's so embarrassing. He just keeps demanding this dude's cell phone, so he keeps approaching, and then, like, throws his cell phone at John Rice Davies, and
then
stabs
shoots
him.
Oh, he stabs him.
And
then he's like hugging him as
And
he's like stabbing him
into
in
his ear,
chest.
and he's like, I respect the fact that you love your daughter.
It's so fucked up.
It's like, why do you think he cares that you respect?
Yeah, that dude.
What?
Dude, that is
Why?
my new number one on ways I would not like to die.
Yeah,
is
like-
somebody is stabbing me in the chest and embracing me and complimenting me. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck you. You are killing me right now in the slowest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a bunch.
Plus, he wasn't a good dad, so, like, hearing someone say, I respect that, like, you care about your daughter, you're
Yeah.
never
Oh, yeah.
gonna be like, oh, fuck, I was a bad dad. So then, like,
That's
you're
your
magnifying-
last thought.
Yeah, you're just
in
having
the
this,
world.
this complication of, like, wishing
Jesus.
you hadn't been a poor father, dealing with being gut stabbed.
That's
the
the
whole-
worst death I could imagine.
The whole of Los Angeles exploding at best, the whole world at worst.
Good lord.
Fuck, what an existential cluster.
That's the worst death I could imagine.
That's terrible. I feel terrible for Rice.
Yeah. I'm really depressed now.
Yeah, that kind of took me down. 2015 is off to a bad start.
Okay.
Turn this off.
So what happens next?
I think. Oh.
Agent Dude's on the loose.
He's on the line.
Somehow, Dacascos finds his daughter. I
really don't think there's any connective.
So I
tissue.
didn't miss anything. He just like magically shows up where she
that, or
was.
he like well, no, because she doesn't have her device. What?
Ooh, the BlackBerry product placement. That must be it.
Which is
She like kicks
Explain
loose
this.
a box that says BlackBerry on
and
it.
is clearly the same device she had, which she took such
Okay.
great pains to say
to
was
not
not a
describe
BlackBerry.
as a BlackBerry.
And then we
to
just
say cellular messaging device. or
yeah, and
whatever.
then we just
Yeah.
cut into the most like characterless, like pan in on a fucking BlackBerry box in the electronics store where she's
Yeah.
a prisoner.
Right.
So-
And she like knocks it loose with her feet or something, opens
Yeah.
the box, and I think maybe texts her dad.
Sure, we'll say that. Like
Whatever it is. He shows up and like just shoots the Scarface guy.
with the entire clip.
Yes, he does.
The
and then just
entire
throws his
clip.
gun away.
Yeah.
Like, yep, done with that.
Yeah.
Killed that guy 6 times.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, yeah, so they're reunited.
Yeah. Everything's good now. Oh, except for the fact that they still have to deliver the second nuclear warhead.
Yeah.
So, wherever could they...
Oh.
Let's take a step back. Where could one...
Matthew, I wonder.
where could we put a nuclear warhead?
Wherever.
We have to put
Oh,
it
but it
deep.
has to be deep.
It has to be really deep. in
It
the
has
ground.
to be
But
really deep.
But we don't have the time to dig a big hole.
Whatever are we going to do?
Oh my god.
Wait, hang on.
Hold the
Hang
phone.
on.
Hold
I
the phone.
seem to recall earlier
Bring
I
it
was
back.
made aware of a deep hole in the ground.
Oh, was it?
Oh my
God.
goodness.
Early in the first act of the film.
That
There was that
hole in the
ventilation
subway!
shit.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
What?
That's where they should put the second nuke.
They have to save LA that way, and by save
Yes.
I mean blow up.
Yes, but like completely destroy. Yes, you're so right. Yes.
Okay, here's the problem. They're 6 miles away.
But how are they gonna get there? Are they going to put a nuclear bomb in a duffel bag? Yes.
Dear listeners, we cut to the scientist, Mark Dacascos' daughter, and Mark Dacascos himself sprinting down the steps in the subway while he has
nuclear bomb
a nuclear bomb
in a fucking duffel bag.
bobbing beside him as he just sprints down the stairs.
Like he's on his way to the gym.
That thing is huge. Like, I
Yes.
don't know what the fuck
Yes.
they put in there. I mean, I guess just the prop bomb they had, but it is like hilarious to watch him sprint to a subway terminal with what is supposed to be a warhead.
Yes.
And then they get there and basically
They're like, how do we? Oh, it's like another 10 miles.
No, but the fucked up thing is that, like, she said, like, the daughter says, like, oh, it's 6 miles away.
Right.
And then from there, the scientist says, that'll take us 10 minutes to get to or something, which makes no sense because I think she means running, which...
I know.
Holy shit.
I mean, let's not overthink
Fuck
it.
you.
Yeah.
And then Mark Dacascos, of course, like, looks over his shoulder and is like, oh, that. And they take the subway.
For some reason, I can drive a subway train.
I don't want to demean anyone who drives a subway, but isn't it like a fucking key and you, like, press an accelerator?
Probably. I mean, yeah. For this movie's sake, I'll buy that it's that easy.
God bless you if you drive a subway. I'm sorry if I just demeaned your career.
Yep, jobless.
So they take off.
Unless you're one of those ones that killed somebody. Because, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's not
Put on the
bad.
brakes.
Didn't think this was going to get political, Jason.
I'm going there.
It's gonna
Blasio?
Started off the Hauer Hour on a weird note in 2015.
JK, love de Blasio. Great guy.
Great.
Really into his policies.
So they're taking off, and then the agent who has escaped,
Yes, this guy. This asshole.
this fucking guy, basically,
This fucking guy. He hops on the back of the train.
like the one stunt that they hired some fucking
That's
dude to
true.
do. It's like
Yeah.
I just imagine like some
That
old,
is the only stunt
It really
in this movie.
is, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we're doing a fucking subway out. I've done a subway
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I've
You
hopped
seen
on
the
trains
Taking Up
before.
Pelham 1, 2, 3? You seen
Yeah.
Speed?
That was me.
I'm
That
the
was
number
me.
one train guy.
I'm
in
the guy that
America.
hops on the back of trains.
Great train robbery. Wasn't in it, but it's a good film.
Just give me a wig. What color?
So he makes it on the back of the train.
Yes.
So at this point, it seems like, oh, it's gonna be great. They're just gonna drop a nuclear warhead in a big fucking hole and
Yes.
howdy doody.
Yes.
We've saved the world by destroying our second most important city. But
But.
they get there and they haul the fucking suitcase nuke out there. And then, whoopsie Goldberg, what do we find? That bad agent's there.
He's there.
He's got his gun on the daughter.
Oh, yeah. He takes her captive. Right, and he's like, hey, I have my orders from the president.
Yeah.
My deal is, like, don't set out that nuke, or I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Yeah. And by
And-
motherfucker, he means, Mark Dacascos says, I'm sorry I said his name wrong so many times, beloved daughter.
I think he said it right.
Did I?
Mark Dacascos.
Oh my god.
Dacascos.
I don't want to summon him into my apartment, so we're gonna stop on 2 and keep going.
Okay, so, right. How does Mark Dacascos take him out? I don't remember this.
Okay, so basically he's saying, like, your daughter is disposable. Mark
Right.
Dacascos has...
But LA
has,
is
like,
not.
They've already, like, armed the nuke, basically.
They have.
They've
And they're going to dump it down like we teased, the hole from earlier in the film. Like, fucking duh they are.
Yeah.
They're going to drop it down that, like, whatever, weird pit.
Yeah, they're seriously just going to throw a nuke, like, dump it over the side,
Yep.
like it's a bucket of shit off a cliff. Like,
Yep.
that is, like, the most elite commando in the American military is, like, tactical decision.
That's our plan.
That's the best we can do.
America.
So, what happens is that the agent plugs Dacascos, like, in the shoulder.
In the shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, really, bro?
Like, barely even in the shoulder. It's more like a little bit of flesh off his shoulders gone.
Like, he's going to live from that.
yeah.
You suck as a secret agent.
It's like part of his
BT
special
does.
services tattoos probably gone
Like,
now. Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh,
big deal.
boo. I've seen movies. Mm-hmm. Do people die from shoulder gunshots?
But that, like, where they put that squib was egregious, like, with how little he was injured.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was not meant to indicate, or, I don't know, they just did
It's a
shitty
lethal
job.
weapon wound.
Yeah, sure.
Like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, for sure. So he's down, the daughter escapes and is trying to comfort him. And then from that point, we get the agent starting to freak out, picks up a...
Oh, yeah, that part's great.
This is amazing.
Literally lifts a nuke over his head.
Yeah.
to like beat Mark Dacascos to death with.
This is better here than Best Lines. Mm-hmm. Because he lifts the nuke over his head and says, "I'm the good guy."
That's right.
While he has the nuke overhead, which is great because it's framed with like the toxic waste symbol on top of it.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking heavy because it's a nuclear warhead. Duh. But he stumbles backward and falls down the hole with the nuclear warhead, screaming like a madman.
Ah! And then we get the delightful like cut to him later, like with like the 3 seconds left. Oh, he's getting a call from the president. Is that right?
It's from the general, I want to say.
Okay.
But the thing is, don't they say it's like 500 feet deep? Mm-hmm. So this man survived like a 500-foot fall.
Somehow.
Landed
on a nuclear weapon
yes.
and is alive to watch it count down.
Yeah,
and
to
then
wake up to a cell phone call saying what's going on with that nuke before he's exploded.
Right, exactly.
Okay, to make matters worse, so this nuke is going to blow up in moments. They are surviving,
like 8 minutes to get on that plane?
If that. And they somehow make it to the plane, which we did not talk about yet, is piloted
by that guy who was from Scrubs.
Yeah, he's the like malpractice lawyer for Scrubs who's always really anxious. And he plays like the really like ne'er-do-well pilot who's with a heart of gold type.
Yes, he reminds me of what's his butt in the A-Team?
Oh, Charlton Copley?
Yes.
It's like that same thing.
It's that same
I'm sure it's
character.
just like working that archetype from the A-Team.
It may well be.
Because I've never really watched that show.
Yeah, me neither. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't need to.
The movie's pretty good though.
That movie's really good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. They get in the plane at the last minute somehow.
And then we get to
really like
maybe the single most hilarious part of this film.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Flying away, a CG shot of a plane flying away from 2 nuclear bombs going off in LA.
It is breathtaking because it is cross-cut with multiple things. We get another one of these glorious montages, which is the pilot, so the Scrubs lawyer, like cackling hilariously with an American flag on the side of the cockpit as he like flies away while Los Angeles explodes.
Yeah, God bless America, fuck Los Angeles.
And then the president and his cabinet in the like secret underground bunker,
looking hella serious,
looking really serious, watching is it like the plate movement thing?
Right. Oh yeah. No, there's like a weird countdown. Like
it's not a countdown. It's like the plates keep getting farther apart.
Yeah, but they're not watching.
It's like
how do I explain this? There's not a graphic of the plates. It's just a number.
It's like okay,
they're like watching the number get like lower and lower and like slow down. Yeah,
that like slowly stops and then there's like it fully stops and I'm like, oh, thank God,
finally.
Yeah, and then everyone sort of is like shaking hands, and so then we get this montage of like the pilot cracking up, everyone like just smiling and like shaking hands in the bunker.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much
the movie. Yeah. Oh yeah, it ended really abruptly.
What was the freeze frame that it ends on?
Oh, it was so weird. It was Mark Dacascos kissing his daughter on the head.
It goes
in a flight home.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
And then it freeze frames with him just like awkwardly like smooching her on the forehead or something gross. Yeah.
So that was Scorcher.
Fiend.
Hey, Mac. Before we get into our segments, do you want to do Kilmer Filmers?
Sure.
Okay. So, for the listeners, we've been discussing the idea of doing a separate podcast about Val Kilmer movies called Kilmer Filmers. But I think maybe we should just do 5 minutes of this podcast about Val Kilmer movies.
Starting with what film?
I'm going to set my timer right now for 5 minutes. 1 moment, please. And then we will discuss Val Kilmer for 5 minutes.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bruno Rautenfaust.
I am the greatest swordsman that ever lived.
My name is August Christopher.
I'm your huckleberry.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bruno Rautenfaust.
I am the greatest swordsman that ever lived.
My name is August Christopher.
I'm your huckleberry.
Okay, Mac. timer has started. What was the last Val Kilmer movie you saw?
It may well have been when we watched part of The Doors at your house. Are you talking like full?
That long ago?
I don't know what other Val Kilmer movie that I've seen.
Oh, interesting.
As of late. Because
Okay.
I haven't watched Alexander, director's
Well,
cut.
sure. Have you been thinking about Val?
I always am thinking about Val.
Dude, me too.
I think the best thing Val-wise that I've seen lately was the Top Secret, the whole
That movie's
oral
amazing.
history.
Oh, yeah,
about
that was great.
That
Was
he
that
a
in
part of, too.
Grantland?
Was it Grantland or Screen Crush?
It was somewhere. That was great. That movie's
was
awesome.
phenomenal. But what's the last Val movie you saw?
Well, Tombstone, which
Dude.
I talked to you about. I had not seen it before. Tombstone's amazing.
How have you not seen Tombstone? One of the best
I know.
ensembles of the 90s.
I agree. Oh, the cast is incredible, dude. Stephen Lang is in that movie.
Yeah, Michael Biehn.
Yeah.
Great Paxton.
Yes.
It's got a very deep bench. Is Billy Zane in that too? As an
Yeah,
actor?
yeah, he is. He's the magician.
That was a childhood favorite of mine, and it's also a fascinating example of wasn't George P. Is it Cosmatos or Cobb?
Yeah, it's the
Cosmatos?
Rambo guy.
It's
And who, like...
part 2, right?
Yeah. Got kicked off the movie, and then supposedly Kurt Russell co-directed
I
the
don't know
rest
if he
of
was
it.
kicked off. I thought he was having health concerns.
Oh, interesting. I
And
didn't
Kurt
know that
Russell
part.
sort of ghost directed the whole thing, which I think has
Right.
been independently verified.
Yeah.
I don't think he was like self-aggrandizing about it. I feel like
No.
someone else was basically like, yeah, Russell kind of
Right, totally.
save that shit.
But Val is dope in that
I
movie.
think that is for sure one of his best films.
Okay, I've been meaning to ask you this. Is that his best performance?
That's really hard.
I think it's close.
I think
but
it's up
he's
there.
amazing in The Doors.
Yeah, he's incredible in The Doors. I need to rewatch like that whole film, but I was like really impressed
Also,
by...
I'm surprised you didn't watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for the holidays.
I've seen that movie so many times. I remember going to see it in an empty theater at the Meridian 16 by myself
Really?
because I was
Wait, the
really...
Meridian 16.
Yeah.
The
I
one
was-
out in Linwood.
No,
like
the
where I
Meridian,
grew up.
The Meridian 16 downtown. Was that not what it's called?
No.
The Meridian. What is the big one that has like 16 theaters in downtown?
Because
there's Pacific Place and
Cineplex
the other
Odeon?
No, the one that we went.
There's Pacific Place, and then there's...
Where did we go see John Wick?
We saw John Wick at the...
Pull out your cell phone and check that.
No. It's the Regal 16.
Oh, but it was Meridian, but it's changed to Regal.
Okay.
See, I've lived in Seattle too long, and I forgot that Meridian.
I thought you were pulling out some Linwood shit on me, man.
No. Because you're totally right. Meridian got eaten by Regal at one point.
That
But
makes
point
sense.
being, I went and saw that by myself because I was like really excited that Shane Black was making a new movie.
Yeah,
And I like read
yeah.
movie news when I was like that young, but no one went and fucking saw it. So it was like a movie I was so excited about because
It's a great movie.
it's incredible.
And it's Val in his fat face, but he's great.
That's like fantastic fat face, but I would say that goes in the top performances as well.
I agree.
as
I think
Real
it's in my
Genius.
top 5.
Real
Oh,
Genius is-
Real Genius, yes.
In terms of just like sheer charisma, like there-
Yes.
I think that is
he's
in like a league of
dripping.
its own.
Yeah, totally.
Where it's just like, hey, do you want to know what star power looks like? It's that.
Because it's iconic, but it's also kind of a nothing part.
I agree. I mean, he exists to recalibrate Maverick as a character.
It's a good point. He's a counterpoint to Maverick.
He is, and I didn't realize that as a kid.
Yeah, no, the character it's totally a script functionality thing.
But he sells it. Like Cruz and him have like really good like volatile chemistry.
I
would
agree.
say.
They have a really equitable masculinity.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Because it's like a different vibe. So it's like two like wavelengths. Like
Here's a question. Do you think he's good in Batman Forever?
do you like the Thurka?
Do you like the Thurka? I'm so glad you brought that up.
Sorry.
That's where my mind goes immediately to.
We're on the same page.
Tell me, Doctor. Do you like the Thurka?
I'm so glad that I had that on. Yeah.
Also, that horrifying smile he gives.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think he's bad. Like, I don't think he's phoning it in. I think it's a committed performance. But
Yeah, I think he's okay.
I don't know how to critically evaluate that film.
Yeah, same.
You know, because like
Same.
when you're approaching it on its own merits, Like, it is a movie that is trying to be, like, a little goofier and a lot more playful. Like,
Yes,
more...
although having recently watched Batman Returns, it's not that far of a jump from that movie to Forever.
Yeah.
Okay, time's up. God damn it. Alright, that's it for Kilmer Filmers.
We'll see you next time, listeners.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bruno Hautenfaust.
I am the greatest swordsman that ever lived.
My name is August Christopher.
I'm your huckleberry.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bruno Hautenfaust.
I am the greatest swordsman that ever lived.
My name is August Christopher.
I'm your huckleberry.
Okay, let's get back into Scorcher.
Yep.
We have best lines. We don't have anything written down for drinking game rules, but
Every time there's fire.
sure. Okay.
I mean, that's, like, doled out well enough. You'd be fine.
Okay. So, you were mentioning the Scrubs helicopter go. Excuse me. One of his first lines in the film is, "Check that shit out, man. I've never seen a more pissed off volcano before." Alright. Oh god, this is the fucking worst. Okay, so, all of which has scientists wondering what's up with Mother Nature. Somebody says, "She's mad as hell and isn't going to take it anymore." Mark fucking Dacascos says, "Must be her time of the month." Oh boy.
Oh, I fucking hate his character in this movie so much. He's such a dick.
This is about to make it that much better. Do you remember this thing where he like makes a weird comment to Hauer and then somebody says, "You hit on the first lady"?
Yes, I do.
And he says, "I was young, she was hot."
Yeah, like, Howard basically says that, like, Dacascos makes, like, an overt pass at the first lady.
It's so fun.
It does not make any sense.
Mac, I will give you the last two, my friend.
Okay, so this is a sober moment with President Hauer, where he says, towards the end of the film, "Never thought I'd be the first president since Truman to wipe out a city." Which you cut off the quote because...
Which is like a
then he
least of which one of our own.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what he
But
says?
he sort of has this moment of like, "Oh, I never thought I'd be one of my own."
L.A., who knew?
And then this one is from a character named Styles, who we got in like a bit of a tiff about while watching the film because...
Oh, because I thought he was Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah, which he was way too hunky to be Tom Hiddleston.
He was a combination Fassbender Hiddleston.
And Scott Speedman. Like I said,
Sure,
it's
right.
a
Like we said, they mixed their
cocktail.
semen in a beaker and made this guy.
Yeah. So then he says, while hitting on the female scientist who's John Rice Davies' daughter.
Not his ex-lover.
Yeah.
Although we...
Jury's still out, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Sure.
You want to grab a beer later or something? I mean, after we nuke LA.
If I had a nickel for every time I've said that.
It's your go-to move.
Oh, shit, okay. Let me pull IMDb back up. We gotta do Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Oh, good lord.
Also, drinking game rules, I think we're gonna just pass.
Yeah.
Same with
Fireballs.
pants. I don't know. I mean, Howard was wearing
Howard's
suits the
wearing
whole
a
time.
suit.
Yeah.
He's wearing one suit. Everyone had one outfit except for Mark Dacascos. He got several outfits.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that it is Howard's fat phase. No hate, but that's what's going on.
Yeah.
There's
Does that
no way around it.
I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but does that correlate with his not giving a fuck phase?
Kind of. Well, does it though?
I'm trying to think. Like, what were the ones that we were like calling him out on? Like, looking like because he.
We said he didn't. We said he looked like shit in this movie, Tactical Assault,
Yeah.
and Crossworlds, which is
He
I
kinda
think
shows up in
96 to
Crossworlds.
now. Yeah, I agree.
I think he's the best in Crossworlds. I think he's second
the
best
three.
in Tactical Assault, and I think this one presents so little challenge that he's basically just like hitting a mark.
Yes,
But like, I kind of like his performance in Crossworlds. Actually,
I agree.
I think he's kind of fun.
I agree. He's delightful. He's a grumpy wizard. Like,
Yeah.
how is that not fun?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, here we go. I got bad news for you about the top 3 on IMDb.
Yeah.
Mark Dacascos, Jonathan Rhys Davies, Julie McGrath. She's the female scientist. Howard's not even in the top 3. So these are the 3 characters we have to choose from.
Can I say kill myself because I don't want to murder, fuck, or kill any of them?
Nope.
Shit, I hate this segment so much.
I know. I'm thinking about it myself. I kind of think I would fuck Mark Dacascos. He's hot.
He's like hot and like I don't know, like you're gonna wake up with like some sort of like chlamydia like later. Like he's like a.
You think he's dirty?
I think he's like a you went on spring break guy and is like, oh, he seems sophisticated. Or maybe he's like the sophisticated guy you think is sophisticated but really like manages like the mall store that sells like T-Mobile phones.
I'm gonna change my vote.
Okay. I'm gonna marry John Rice Davies because he's
same.
old and like stable.
And he was a bad dad, but he like pulled it through in the end.
I'm gonna fuck Mark Dacascos. No,
Really?
No.
I'm gonna kill Mark Dacascos. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he was an even worse dad than Jonathan Rice Davies was.
I hate Mark Dacascos in this movie, so I will kill him.
Yes,
I don't fuck
same.
the other one just because like that's the actual most minimal commitment. Because killing someone like you're probably gonna go to jail for life.
And marry Jonathan Rice Davies?
Yeah, that's the most stable dude.
We're in complete agreement.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for anything more. Well, Happy New Year, listeners.
Oh, well, there's one thing we have to talk about, which I'm sure will be a real arm twister. Would you recommend Scorcher, Jason?
Oh,
No.
You're saying no? I was kind of going back and forth on this.
What the fuck are you talking? We have not recommended much better films than this.
I kind of feel like I would.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Is your New Year's resolution to be more optimistic about shit?
We haven't recommended a lot of things in a long time.
That does not mean that we should then, because it's a new year, recommend something. Do you want to retroactively recommend a film we didn't recommend? Because that makes more sense to me.
Maybe.
Like a Death Row, like we're saying.
Maybe I should.
Because no, this movie has like one
like a third, an eighth
it'd be
of a star.
Charitable to say 1/4 of a star on Netflix.
Okay, you're right. I don't recommend this movie, Scorcher. Name me the other movies. Maybe I want to recant my vote.
I wish that we had like
Blind Justice, duh.
Blind Justice is
Turbulent Suite, duh.
Yeah.
Hope with a Shotgun, duh. It's a missing episode. It'll be out soon.
Yeah. What's the one we recorded with Kyle? Why am I spacing on that?
Oh, Split Second.
Split Second.
Oh, totally watch Split Second.
That. Yeah. I would say Crossworlds.
Crossworlds I would recommend.
It's like a fun.
I don't think we did though. I think we said don't watch.
Let's say Crossworlds.
I'm changing. Okay, then there we go. We're changing our vote for Crossworlds. Watch Crossworlds.
Yep.
It's a delight. And if we already recommended it, then fuck it. We're doubling down.
Yep. And thank you for listening to 2 episodes of this podcast. It's really big of you.
God bless you. You're an angel. And good night.
Goodbye.